What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for Sports. Alright, so before I get into this video, I want to give a big shout out to the brother Curtis Thomas for the donation to the channel via the PayPal. And I see your note, and you have inspired this video. Alright? Shout out to you, brother, for showing love to this channel so we can put this truth out there. Alright? It ain't hate if it's the truth. Alright? It ain't hate if it's the truth, you know? So, there's always been this narrative that only started after he left the team in 2010, or should I say quit his team in 2010, that he didn't have no help. And it's been a consistent narrative for whenever LeBron James comes up short. His fan base loves to say the problem was he didn't have any help. So, look, let's go back to 2009. 2009 in the Eastern Conference Finals, I believe was that year. I believe it was the Eastern Conference Finals. They played the Orlando Magic. And in that series, I believe Cleveland lost 4-2. Orlando won game 1, 107-106. Cleveland came back and won game 2, 96-95 to even things up. But then Orlando won game 3 and game 4 to take a 3-1 series lead. Cleveland won game 5 to shrink it to 3-2. But in game 6, Orlando just overwhelmed Cleveland 103-90. And if you notice, these scores are lower because this is when, before the rules got too out of whack, for the offense. But anyway, guess who was favored to win this series? Cleveland. Cleveland was favored to win this series. If I remember correctly, Cleveland won 66 games that year. Teams don't normally win 66 games unless they're a dominant ball club. Cleveland that year was, I think, in the top 2 in defensive rating, and top 2 to 3 in three-point percentage. May have been top. May have been a little higher than that. I know they're one of the best teams defensively, rebounding-wise, and shooting the three, which are key components for a LeBron James team in order for him to win. Now, you keep having this narrative about, he didn't have any help, Let's look at something. In this game 6 for Cleveland, Delonte West, 9 of 19 from the floor, 2 of 3 from three-point range, 2 of 4 from the foul line, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, 22 points. 22 points. Mo Williams, 6 of 12 from the floor, 3 of 4 from three-point range, 2 of 2 from the line, 3 rebounds, 5 assists. He scored 17 points. So that's 2 players in double figures. And Anderson Varejao, 14 points, 8 rebounds, 7 of 12 shooting from the floor. So that's 3 players in double figures. So LeBron, who that year, 2008, 2009, I don't think he won the scoring title that year. I think it was 2007, 2008. I think Wade won the scoring title in 2008, 2009. But anyway, LeBron, with a career 27 points per game scorer during the regular season. I mean, in a game like this, you think LeBron at least is going to give you 40, right? Because, that's how everybody remembers it. LeBron was always carrying his team on his back, like Giannis is right now, and scoring 35, 40 points. That's how the ridiculous remember things. Let's see. 8 of 20 from the floor, 2 of 8 from three-point range, 7 of 11 from the foul line, so he missed 4 free throws, 7 rebounds, 7 assists, 3 turnovers, 4 personal fouls, 25 points. Not the worst game, but that's not a GOAT-like game, right? I mean, that's not a game that you would expect from a guy who is in a precarious situation where his team is down 3-2. They need this victory. So you need a Jordan-esque or Kobe-esque performance. And he had the highest, well, the lowest actually, plus minus on the team outside of Bobby Gibson, -12. So he had the lowest plus minus of any starter. Let's look at Orlando. Guess who was the star of stars that game? Dwight Howard, 40 points, 14 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 block. Dwight Howard destroyed the Cleveland Cavaliers. Rashard Lewis, who was LeBron's counterpart, I guess, that game, on the other team, 18 points, 3 of 7 from three-point range. +7, plus minus. And Orlando had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players in double figures. So, and this is the playoffs, so rotations are pretty tight. But this thing about LeBron not having any help, man, it's BS. It's a media creation for those who want to sweep away some of the negative things about LeBron, some of his failures, and they want to put some type of icing on a turd. You know, they want to make it less destructive for LeBron, and they want you to pay attention to his stats, because most of his greatness, most of the things that people praise him about are really just an accumulation of stats and numbers and accomplishments, individual accomplishments. In essence, I'm going to tell you something else. I've said this before. In some ways, you can equate LeBron James to Wilt Chamberlain. And this is why I'm like, wait a minute. Why are you penalized? Why do people penalize Wilt Chamberlain for not having the greatest team success, but being the greatest individual accomplisher in the NBA history? But you don't do the same thing to LeBron Ramon James. Now, when everything's said and done, outside of Wilt, LeBron's going to have more records than anybody else individually. But the championship record is muddled. It's not that great. But you don't want to penalize LeBron for that. And that's the problem that me and some other people have. So anyway, that's all I want to say in this video. Tell me what you guys think.